viewers, this is Chaitali again, and today actually I have a really special guest for you. She is a superwoman, and she's better known as Mrs. Sweet, but I have convinced her today to take off her cape and leave behind her mask and come in front of us as an Ironcraft guest to talk about all things sweet. So we have Nicole today. Hey, Nicole.
Hi! Wow, I love the introduction.
You are Mrs. Sweet, and you are known for being the superwoman. All
Oh,
right,
thank
so
you.
you definitely, the first question that I always start off with is, how did you get started in paper crafting?
How did I get started in paper crafting? Oh, that's a great question. Well, when I was young, my dad is actually really artistic, and he loved doing drawing in college, and my mom isn't as love you, Mom, not as artistic. And so my dad is one of 5, and he has 3 sisters who are my aunts, and they were all very crafty. Like, every time I hung out with them, like, we painted ceramics, we stamped, they were just like super crafty. And so I kind of got the itch at a very young age from some of my family, and I think maybe when I was like 11 or 12, my mom took me to like a local stamp store, and I bought my first little stamp, and it kind of just went on from there. And eventually, when I was in high school, I traveled the world, and I did scrapbooks from that, and so that kind of like rolled into scrapbooking. And then when I was in college in Washington, a Muse art studio had kind of started when I lived up there. They had kind of started their whole business, and I loved their stamps. And so I started to go to their classes and really started to fall in love with card making and stamping and just the whole kit and caboodle. So I feel like I've been doing it forever.
So the first stamp started at 11. That's when it actually started.
I think so. Yeah, probably when I was like maybe like junior high. My mom took me to a stamp store, but we had done that sort of stuff with my aunts, and so it was my first personal stamp was. I even remember what the stamp was too.
What was it?
Yeah, it was 3 little like. I want to say, and it was a popular stamp set, so maybe I'm even going to get some people who are like, I remember that one. It was a little wooden stamp set. It had 3 little, like, creatures that kind of looked like furry sort of creatures, and one was in a hula skirt, and one had, like, a Hawaiian lei, and they were, like, kind of dancing, and it was my first ever, and so my mom bought me that.
Is that where your love for creatures and dressing them up in little things started? Cool.
Yeah. So my mom bought me that, embossing, like ink, embossing powder, and maybe like no. She did not buy me that embossing blower. We just used the toaster. So
the toaster for embossing? How do you do that?
I embossed my little cards. Yes, swear to you, that's exactly what happened.
Wow, that's really awesome. And you must tell me more about how to use a toaster for embossing.
You can legitimately use a toaster for embossing. I should do a video on it.
Oh wow. Okay. All right, so let's continue on, talking about your sweet stamp shop journey. Why did you decide to start your own shop?
So I think that I was kind of struggling to find a place where I belonged in life, in the greater part of life. And I think I had tried a couple different things. So I had tried dabbling in the wedding industry, doing like wedding stationery, and I realized that was not for me at all. Like, I did not like mass production of invitations, was like worst nightmare. And then I thought, oh, maybe I'll
one unique card. Is it like each time?
Oh yeah. It was not a good plan. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll just like design. I'll be a part of like wedding event design, and I kind of got into event designing, and it was fun, but again, not my forte. And then I started to design more passionately in the paper craft industry, and opportunities showed themselves to me. Eventually, I got paid for some illustrations, and once I got paid the first time, I was like, well, I could just produce my own line of stamps, and it was kind of like I jumped off the deep end, and it was kind of just like a over the night decision, and it was the best decision I ever made. So
very nice. That's really very brave, and I think it worked out fabulously. We love all the awesome stamps that we see in Sweet Stamp Shop. So it really worked out. What is one big lesson you have for, someone thinking of starting their own business? I'm sure you've learned a lot of lessons along the way. So what is one big one you want to talk about?
One big lesson I've learned opening up my own business. That is like such an epic question because I think it's like transform.
I'm asking you to condense like years of knowledge in a minute.
Yeah, like it's like the most epic. Okay, so like I started my stamp business and like I am fundamentally a different person today. Like I've lost 90 pounds and I've like transformed my life because of my business. And I think that my business ended up being successful because truly it was what I would choose to do if I didn't get paid a single dime for it. And so I think as long as someone has the passion to, attack something and know that even if they never get paid, it fulfills them in a way that maybe something else wouldn't. I think that is something that you can't learn in business school, and I can't teach somebody. So I think the passion to get up at 5 in the morning, come straight to your office, and be willing to sit here until 11 or midnight, you just can't teach that. And I think if I've learned anything, I've met other successful business owners, and we all seem to have the same passion in common. And so get passionate, and you are. Yeah.
It just comes down to like do what you love, and you're not gonna work a single day in your life.
Yes, yeah, want it more than you want anything you've ever done in your life. And if that's the case, you will be successful.
Cool. That is a really, really good tip for, especially if someone's thinking about what business to go in, what to start off. I think that's a very good.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and my asterisk, it's not a hobby. And I think we get a lot of people in a hobby industry wanting to start a business. And I just would tell you that my business is not my hobby. And so I would warn anybody before they jump too much into the deep end of like, oh, I love this hobby, I love doing it on my off time, to know that it's not, it's much more serious than that. So you have to be willing to do it 12 hours a day rather than 2 hours once a week. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a hobby, people, it's a business.
Yeah. Treat it as a real business, and it's definitely fun, I guess, but it's a lot of hard work too.
Yeah.
Cool, and you're doing it really well too. So speaking of illustrations, let's go back a little bit to the Sweet Intern program. And for those who don't know, people, that's how I met Nicole and persuaded her to do this interview. But tell us more about the program, why you thought it was necessary, and what it is about.
So along the way of owning Sweet Stamp Shop, I have met maybe hundreds of designers at this point, and I really met quite a few designers who would maybe whisper to me that they had always thought about designing or had these really good ideas, but they just didn't know where to go with them, or they didn't know what to do. And I think going back to school is really intimidating. First of all, going back to school is very expensive. So going and getting your graphic design degree or going to an art institute or something like that, first of all, you're not really learning anything for our specific industry. And secondly, it's expensive, it's time consuming. And so I recognize that, not everyone has the tenacity. Like I didn't go to school for this per se to design stamps, but I had the tenacity to be like, okay, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to live in my office until I figure this out. And some people don't know where to start, but they have really solid ideas and they're really passionate about it. And I was like, if only there had been a program in our industry where I could have paid or joined or, and that would have taught me, that would have been so awesome. And so I was like, you know what, Nicole, you could do that. And so I started it, and I invited some friends of mine and friends of friends. And the first term, which is coming to an end, has been so successful. I am so happy with where everyone has the growth that everyone has seen. I mean, it's honestly, actually, you could probably speak to it. It is really nuts seeing what 3 months with someone mentoring you has you've learned in 3 months what took me 3 years to learn.
Absolutely.
And
I think
so,
it's a really great way to share information. And like you said, I don't think a lot of people may, have the resources or the time to go for a full-fledged course. And if they know, I mean, graphic designing is a huge field, so a formal degree is awesome. But if you are only looking for, specific knowledge related to stamps and illustrating on that side, I think this was a very, very useful opportunity in that sense.
yeah.
Thank you so much for doing the program and encouraging, people to follow their dreams.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh, it's been like with teaching in general, which is what I went into when I went to college. In teaching in general, you learn that you end up getting a whole lot more out of it than you actually teach, and I have been so blessed, and I've gotten so much out of the intern program, friends, and just a great place for all of us to learn and grow, and I'm excited for the next crop of people. So yeah.
This is the cue, people, to get your applications into Nicole whenever she posts for the new applications. But I can vouch for it being an awesome program.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, send me. We're always looking for people. It's not, as we talk about terms, we do have terms, but again, people have come and gone in the middle of terms, and so we're always looking for people.
So let's go back to, you said you met a lot of designers through all your years of being in the crafting industry, and you have a really talented design team who showcases the products really beautifully. The big thing I want to ask about that is you have this philosophy of a 3-month term. Tell us more about, why you think that is the way to go.
Okay, yeah, that's a great question, and not very many people ask me about the 3-month term, but it's kind of I've figured out it to be the secret of a really successful design team, at least for me.
Secrets.
Yeah, that's a total, like, you honed in on, like, one of my secrets. So as a designer myself, coming from the designer side of the industry, I know that, trends change. Like what you love often changes, and I just knew 3 months was enough time for me to get people who were really excited about my product, who would be excited to share my product and market my product, and at the end of 3 months, maybe they were ready to move on to something else, or maybe they were ready to stay, but at 3 months I could get the most passion out of the person, and they could get the most passion out of me. And so 3 months just seems to work, and we're going to keep on keeping on with it. So
awesome. That's a great secret. So what do you look for in a potential design team member? If there's someone who's new to this and who wants to try out for a design team, what's your one big advice for them?
Oh, okay, this is the best question. I love this question. Okay, so people think that it has to do with like aesthetics of how beautiful your cards are or your scrapbooks, and I will be dead honest with you. My design team is my marketing team, and I actually, the minute that they come into my design team group, we discuss how they're my marketing and how I've invested money in them to market. And so if you embrace the fact that you're a marketer, that you're a part of the marketing team, the most important part of being a part of the marketing team is that your projects are well photographed, that you are taking really quality photographs of your work, and that people can clearly see your work, and that you have a very straight to the point way of describing what you've done, and so that your blog is well organized, and that your pictures are big, and that they are just really well taken, because that's what I need. I need well taken photographs for my website, for my just for all the marketing that we use. And so 90% of my choosing has to do with quality of photographs. Truly, it's not like whether I'm like, oh, that's the greatest card, or oh, that's whatever. I don't even judge based upon aesthetics, because my customers range from the super, super beginning, have a little box of supplies and are just wanting some ideas, all the way to people like us who are crazy and have huge rooms full of stuff.
Hey, so, we're not crazy. We just have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yes. But so my customers customers have a huge range of knowledge and of ability. So I want my designers to have that same range. So don't ever think that you're not good enough to be on a design team. Maybe spend a little bit of time learning how to photograph your stuff, and I promise you'll start to get on design teams.
That's a great tip. Photographs definitely, I think, are the first thing that people see anywhere on any website or blog or anywhere else. So it's a great tip that, that's where you should be showcasing your art more. And plus, it's like you make a card, you enjoy it a lot, it looks awesome in real life. But if you cannot convey that out to people, then it kind of loses its charm. I mean, you're not going to get that across that this is a really beautiful card, right?
True. That's so true. And there's a lot of places online that you can learn just some really quick tips. And a lot of people think, oh my gosh, I need a huge camera, I need $1,000 lens. Actually, some of my better design team members have used their iPhones. So have used their phones. So it's not even quality of equipment. Sometimes it's just orientation or learning a couple tricks about natural lighting. And so ask questions. Ask me how to take good photos. Approach people that you admire that take really good photographs and ask them, hey, how do you get such good photographs? I know this industry is full of awesome women who want to help. And so all you have to do is ask.
Cool. That's a great tip too. So now we are at a point called the rapid fire round in Handcraft, which means I'm going to ask you questions super fast and you will answer equally super fast. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Current favorite crafting item?
Sequins.
Okay. Worst crafting nightmare?
Okay, yeah, that had to do with mixing, molding clay, and it was a horrible mess. Danny was here, and we had bubbles, and it was a crafting epic fail. It was bad, and it was drying on the table.
What were you trying to make?
It was like we were trying to make molds, okay, and those things are like chemicals, and I failed chemistry, and we should just not deal with chemicals.
That sounds dangerous too. That sounds really dangerous.
Epic craft fail. So yeah.
A hole in your craft desk if you try that. All right.
No chemistry. No chemistry.
No chemistry. Yes. Stick to paper.
Yeah.
Number of stamps you have illustrated so far?
Stamp sets or stamps.
Sure.
Okay. I'm in the hundreds right now. I don't know.
Wow.
Sure. I've lost count. How about that?
All right. That sounds fine. Describe your style in 3 words.
Describe my style in 3 words. Classic, simple, and colorful, only because it seems like I use markers on every single card. I can't help it.
Well, you shouldn't be saying, anything about it. It's your style, and I really like that, you're using a lot of color on all of your cards. And we'll see in the card that I made today, I tried to copy a little bit of your style. So the first thing
I love it.
Let's grab the markers and let's grab the colorful papers. I think it suits your personality, actually.
Well, yeah. My cards are totally my personality, completely.
And I see your craft room is also well color organized behind you there.
Yeah, yes, I do color coordinate my craft room. Yes. I like to organize almost as much as I like to craft. So it's like
that's a happy marriage. That's how it should be.
Yes.
All right. First word you think of when I say sweet.
I was going to say Jacob. Isn't that funny?
All right, that works. He's going to be happy.
Yeah, the first word I think of is just Jacob and I. Just that's it, just us.
All right. Color?
My favorite color?
Whatever you want to say. When.
Turquoise. Like a mint. Like kind of like your sweater. It's very pretty.
All right. That's
color.
The inspiration.
Yeah, I would love it.
Okay, trend. You should be quick. This is the rapid fire.
Who want this? Okay, how about the first thing that came to mind was feathers.
Okay, that's a good trend. Paper?
Paper, the first thing that came to mind, micro dots. Like, I love the paper that has really teeny tiny patterns, which is hard to find in our industry. I feel like for card makers, really small patterns are hard to find. Just saying.
Ooh. Okay. That's
Yeah.
a very unique type of paper. All right, now give me 3 poses for the camera.
Oh, okay, yes. Ooh, and ah.
Awesome. Those are 3 great poses. Now, since this is Craft, it was my time to get crafty with you, and
Yes.
we both use the same ingredients. It is
Yes.
this set releasing today from Sweet Stamp Shop. I got in early, and I got a copy of Atsy Fatsy from Nicole.
So cute. I
All
love it.
right, do you have your card ready?
Yeah, yes, I have a couple cards.
Oh, awesome. I have one. So,
Oh, well, I'm an overachiever.
all right, pick up all your couple cards, and
Okay.
I will pick up my one. Ready?
Got
Go.
it.
Ooh, yours are cute.
I
Tell
like
me
yours.
more
I
about
like that
them.
you made the box brown. That's really cute. That's really
Oh,
that's really
thank
cute.
you. I tried to copy a style. You can see all this paper layering. I had to work really hard to find all matching papers because I was like, this is what Nicole's style is. I have to
Yes.
get the papers right.
Yeah, and you use pop dots, which is totally my style. I love
Yes,
poppy.
yes, absolutely. And then I did a little bit of layering so that I could get like these one over the other. So,
Yes. Yes, that's what I do. You like hit the nail on the head on that one. Could you want to
woohoo!
start making cards for me?
Show us
So I
your
can
cards and tell us more
design.
about them. Show us your cards.
We'll put my name on it. We'll just be like, look at what Nicole made. I'll take credit. I don't mind.
All right, show us the 2 ones that you made, and what did you do on yours?
Okay. So this one I made with my Copic markers.
Nice.
And
I
um,
love the shading. The little you always do like really good shadows below objects.
oh, thank you.
Very
Yes,
cool.
I think putting objects in space by adding a little bit of blue around it or a little bit of gray on the bottom, and it doesn't take a ton of artistic talent to do it. It really helps with the card. And then I like this one because I'm kind of obsessed now with these project lifestyle cards or pocket style.
Ooh, nice.
Oopsies, I
Yeah.
can't say that word. The pocket style scrapbooking cards are like my new obsession. And this
Mhm.
one says life is better when we're together. And I had this card out, and Danny was like, "That's so cute. You should use the crayons with it." So I have to give Danny, my design team coordinator, credit for the idea of this card. But it ended up
Ooh.
really cute because
All right,
crayons are better
let's,
together.
let's give her a wave there. Hi, Danny.
No, hey, see, hi, Danny. I'm totally giving you credit for this card. So,
Nice.
anyways, crayons are better together. Anyways, so.
All right, cool. So let's show the Artsy Fartsy set again once more. This is going out today, folks. So I'm giving you the scoop early. And Nicole has a fabulous giveaway for Minecraft readers via the Sweet Stamp Shop. So we are doing a $20 gift certificate for one lucky winner of Minecraft Commons. Thank you, Nicole. All
No
right.
problem. We're happy to
And
do it.
all right, and the way you can get this gift certificate is to answer this question that she is going to ask you right now. Go for it.
Yay! Okay, how about this? How about if you could design a stamp set? And it could be a stamp set that an idea you've already seen or one you haven't seen. But if you could design any stamp set, what would it be and why? But here's the warning. If any of these ideas are phenomenal, I'm totally stealing them. So.
Woo! And no, you don't have to know any designing. Just let your imagination run wild, I guess, and come up with any idea and anything you want to say. Cool. So just leave your answers in the comments on the Minecraft post, and we will choose a lucky winner. We look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this episode, and thank you, Nicole, for joining us on Minecraft today. See ya.
Thank you so much.